In a world that constantly tries to dictate how we should feel, think, and act, imagine possessing the power to find inner peace and happiness, regardless of the circumstances swirling around you. That's not just powerful, it's revolutionary. This is the foundation of Stoicism, one of the most enduring philosophies in human history. It teaches us to control our internal world, even when we cannot control the external one. It's about taking control, not of the chaotic world around us, but of something far more important and absolutely within our reach, our own minds. The Stoics, a school of philosophy that originated in ancient Greece, with famous figures like Zeno of Citium, Seneca, Epictetus, and later the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, understood that our minds are the only true domain we have any control over. Everything else, whether it's fortune, misfortune, praise, criticism, success, failure, is largely out of our hands. Stoicism teaches us how to respond to life's inevitable ups and downs with resilience, gratitude, and an unshakable sense of purpose. This isn't just a history lesson. Stoicism is profoundly relevant to you and your life today. It's about facing the relentless chaos of modern life without losing your cool. It's about finding calm in the storm and happiness in the simplest of things. It's about transforming your mornings from something you dread into a powerful launchpad for a day filled with purpose, joy, and peace. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the noise of life, if you've ever struggled to find a moment's peace, or if you're just curious about how ancient wisdom can become your secret weapon in the 21st century, stick around. This might just be the video that changes everything for you. Let's dive into Stoic strategies that can help us craft not just a morning routine, but a life filled with intention, resilience, and true happiness. We'll explore how the wisdom of the ancients can guide us to face modern challenges with serenity, transforming not only our mornings, but every aspect of our existence. 1. Find your eeky, discovering purpose in every morning. Let's start with a powerful concept from Japanese culture, eeky, which means reason for being. It's about discovering the intersection of your passion, your skills, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Ikigai is that sweet spot where you find fulfillment because you're not just working for a paycheck, you're living your purpose. This isn't about chasing after fleeting goals or superficial achievements, but about aligning your actions with a sense of higher meaning. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers. He wasn't just focused on enduring life's hardships with a stiff upper lip. He deeply believed that we are all here to play our part in something much greater. He wrote extensively about logos, the universal reason or rational structure of the cosmos, and how we each have a role to fulfill within this cosmic order. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius would remind himself that he was waking up to fulfill his role, not to seek personal glory, but to contribute to the greater good. This is the essence of Stoic thought, and it's closely aligned with the concept of ikigai. When you wake up each morning, imagine being driven by a purpose that excites you, something that makes the thought of hitting the snooze button irrelevant. This is the kind of motivation that comes from aligning your daily actions with your deeper purpose. But how do you find your ikigai? It begins with introspection. Ask yourself the following questions. 1. What am I passionate about? What is it that sets your soul on fire? What activities make you lose track of time because you're so immersed in them? 2. What am I good at? This refers to your strengths and skills. What can you do better than most people? What talents have you honed over time? 3. What does the world need from me? This is about considering how your actions impact the world around you. Where can you make a meaningful difference? 4. What can I be paid for? While passion and service are essential, it's also important to consider sustainability. What can you offer that others would value enough to pay for? Your ikigai sits at the intersection of these four areas. It's your raison d'être, the reason you leap out of bed in the morning with energy and excitement. Finding it may take time, and that's okay. This isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong process. But once you find your ikigai, everything changes. Your daily actions become infused with purpose, and even the smallest tasks take on a new significance. For Marcus Aurelius, his purpose wasn't just to rule Rome, but to live virtuously and fulfill his duty to the people he served. In his famous work, The Meditations, he reminds himself, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do?'" He understood that finding one's purpose is not about indulging in personal desires, but about living a life of meaning and contribution. Once you align your daily actions with your ikigai, your life begins to transform. Tasks that once felt mundane or tedious become opportunities to express your purpose. Relationships become deeper and more meaningful because you're showing up as your most authentic self. Creativity flourishes because you're operating from a place of passion and authenticity. And happiness becomes not just a fleeting emotion, but a consistent state of being. As you set your alarm for tomorrow morning, ask yourself what your ikigai is. What would make you leap out of bed, excited to start the day? Remember, this isn't about overnight transformation. It's about the gradual unfolding of your purpose over time. Marcus Aurelius would remind us that the journey to finding your ikigai is a process of daily dedication and self-reflection. The key is to show up each day with integrity, ready to do the work of living a life aligned with your highest purpose. 2. Prepare the night before, setting the stage for success. The Stoics were keenly aware of the importance of preparation. They understood that success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of intentional actions and mindful planning. One of the most powerful practices for setting yourself up for success is preparing the night before. The quality of your morning begins with how you spend your evening. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the distractions of technology. Binge-watching TV shows, scrolling through social media, or working late into the night can feel like ways to unwind, but they often do more harm than good. Your brain needs time to unwind, process the day's events, and recharge for what's ahead. The Stoics believed in the power of discipline and self-control. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, often wrote about the importance of using our time wisely. In his essay, On the Shortness of Life, he says, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Time is one of our most valuable resources, and how we spend it directly impacts the quality of our lives. Creating a pre-sleep routine can help ensure that your mornings are filled with clarity, focus, and energy. This isn't about rigid self-discipline that sucks the joy out of your evenings. It's about creating a space that supports your well-being and aligns with your goals for the next day. Here are a few simple ways to do this. 1. Limit screen time. It's tempting to stay up late watching shows or scrolling through social media, but doing this too close to bedtime can interfere with your sleep quality. Try turning off your devices at least an hour before bed. This isn't about depriving yourself of relaxation. It's about giving your mind the space it needs to unwind and prepare for sleep. 2. Plan your priorities. Before going to bed, take a few minutes to jot down your top 3 priorities for the next day. This simple act of planning gives your brain a sense of direction and purpose, so you can wake up with clarity. 3. Practice mindfulness. Consider incorporating a short mindfulness practice into your evening routine, whether it's meditation, deep breathing, or simply reflecting on the day. This practice can help calm your mind and prepare your body for a restful night's sleep. 4. Set intentions. Take a moment before bed to reflect on your intentions for the next day. What do you hope to achieve? How do you want to show up in your relationships? What kind of energy do you want to bring to the day? Setting these intentions before sleep allows your subconscious mind to work on them during the night. By preparing the night before, you set the stage for a successful morning. You wake up with a clear sense of purpose, ready to tackle the day with energy and focus. This is the essence of Stoic discipline. It's about taking control of what you can and letting go of what you can't. As Epictetus, another prominent Stoic, reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. 3. Avoid morning distractions, embracing serenity. The moment you wake up, the world is ready to bombard you with distractions. Emails, notifications, social media updates. There's a never-ending stream of information clamoring for your attention. But the Stoics believed that the first moments of your day should belong to you. They understood that how you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. In today's fast-paced digital world, it's easy to become a slave to your phone or computer. The first thing most people do when they wake up is check their phone, immediately putting themselves in a reactive state. But imagine if you could reclaim your mornings, if instead of reacting to the demands of the world, you could start your day from a place of calm, clarity, and intention. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the importance of focusing on the present moment. In the Meditations, he says, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By focusing on what's within our control, we cultivate inner peace. And the first step in doing this is creating a morning space that's free from distractions. When you wake up, instead of reaching for your phone, take a few moments to center yourself. This is your time to cultivate peace, reflect on your intentions for the day, and prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for whatever lies ahead. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply sipping your morning coffee in silence, these first few moments are sacred. They set the foundation for everything that follows. By avoiding distractions, you create a reservoir of peace and focus that you can draw from throughout the day. Instead of starting your day in a state of reactivity, responding to emails, social media, and the demands of others, you start from a place of serenity and intention. This gives you the strength to face whatever challenges the day may bring with grace and calm. 4. Wake up consistently. The power of routine. Waking up at the same time every day might seem like a small thing, but it's one of the most powerful habits you can cultivate. Consistency is the cornerstone of discipline, and the Stoics were masters of discipline. Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Waking up consistently is about preparing yourself day after day for the opportunities and challenges that life will inevitably bring. When you wake up at the same time each morning, you're taking control of how your day starts. You're not at the mercy of whims, external pressures, or the unpredictability of life. Instead, you begin each day with a sense of control and purpose. Building a life, as the Stoics suggest, is done step by step, action by action, day by day. But here's the thing, consistency is challenging. It's supposed to be. The early days of trying to wake up at the same time each morning can feel like an uphill battle. Your bed feels more comfortable than ever, and the temptation to hit snooze just one more time can feel irresistible. This is where the Stoic practice of perseverance comes in. It's about reminding yourself why you're doing this. It's about seeing beyond the immediate comfort of staying in bed and focusing on the long-term benefits this habit will bring into your life. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who ruled Rome during times of immense turmoil, yet found time each morning to reflect and write his meditations. He wasn't just waking up to fulfill the duties of an emperor, he was waking up to fulfill his duty as a human being. Waking up consistently is about more than just the act of getting out of bed. It's about reinforcing a commitment to yourself. Each time you wake up at your chosen time, you're not just starting your day, you're reinforcing your commitment to your growth, to living a life of intention, and to building the kind of discipline that the Stoics revered. Consistency builds self-mastery. When you can consistently wake up at the same time each day, you're training your mind to follow through on commitments, even when it's uncomfortable. This habit becomes a cornerstone that influences every other aspect of your life. You're no longer reacting to the day, you're intentionally shaping it. 5. Take it easy. Embracing self-compassion. It's easy to talk about discipline and consistency, but what happens when you slip up? What happens when you miss a day, hit snooze, or fall off track? The Stoics understood that as human beings, we're inherently flawed. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal writings, often reminded himself to be patient and forgiving with his own shortcomings. He knew that berating oneself for every slip-up wasn't the path to growth. Instead, he advocated for recognizing our errors, learning from them, and then letting them go. There will be days when you don't follow through on your morning routine. There will be days when you hit snooze, skip your workout, or forget to plan the night before. And that's okay. Self-compassion is an essential part of this process. When you fall short of your goals, the most important thing is how you respond. Do you beat yourself up, spiraling into guilt and self-criticism? Or do you take a breath, forgive yourself, and see the next morning as a fresh opportunity to try again? The Stoics remind us that life is a constant process of learning and growth. Each day is an opportunity to become better, and that includes learning from our mistakes. Forgiveness and patience with ourselves are not signs of weakness. They are indicators of strength and wisdom. They mean we're in this for the long haul, ready to navigate the ups and downs of self-improvement with grace. 6. Small acts of discipline, building a virtuous life. We often think that major changes require drastic actions, but the Stoics understood that it's the small daily actions that accumulate into something much greater. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Being a person of discipline, virtue, and intention isn't about waiting for grand opportunities to prove yourself. It's about showing up in the small moments, day after day. Consider something as simple as making your bed in the morning. It might seem like a trivial task, especially if you're the only one who will see it. But this small act is a declaration that you care about your environment, your routine, and your well-being. It's a small victory that sets the tone for the rest of the day. Or think about placing your alarm across the room, making it physically harder to snooze. This isn't just about forcing yourself out of bed. It's a commitment to starting your day with intention. It's a small act of defense against the temptation to stay in bed, and a step towards embracing the day with purpose. These small victories, as Marcus Aurelius would likely argue, are the building blocks of a disciplined life. They're the everyday choices that, while easy to overlook, cumulatively shape our character. Each time you choose to make your bed, place your alarm across the room, or follow through on a commitment, you're casting a vote for the person you want to be. You're choosing to be someone who values discipline, order, and respect for oneself and one's environment. But why focus on these small acts? Because they're within everyone's reach. Not all of us can control the major events in our lives, the upheavals, the unexpected turns, but we can control how we respond to the start of each day. We can control how we treat our immediate surroundings and how we prime ourselves for whatever lies ahead. This is Stoicism in action, focusing on what's within our power to control and letting go of what isn't. These small acts aren't just about building discipline for discipline's sake. They're about cultivating a mindset that's prepared for life's bigger challenges. If you can commit to these small acts of discipline, you're training yourself to uphold your commitments in more significant areas. You're sharpening your ability to follow through, to remain steady in the face of adversity, and to approach life with calm and clarity. 7. Accountability partners, sharing the journey. While much of Stoicism emphasizes personal responsibility and self-discipline, the Stoics also understood the value of community and support. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all wrote about the importance of learning from others, seeking out mentors, and sharing wisdom. Having an accountability partner can significantly amplify your chances of success. Whether it's waking up at a specific time or sticking to your morning routine, sharing your goals with someone who supports you adds an extra layer of motivation. This isn't about depending on someone else for your discipline. It's about creating a relationship where you both encourage and challenge each other to stay on track. Your accountability partner is your ally on the path to self-improvement. This person reminds you of your commitments when the warmth of your bed feels too comforting to leave in the early hours. They encourage you when progress seems slow and celebrate your victories, no matter how small. This relationship is a two-way street. It's about mutual support and encouragement, grounded in the understanding that we're all striving to become the best versions of ourselves. The Stoics believed that wisdom and virtue are best developed in the company of others. In the Discourses, Epictetus teaches that we learn best through the example of others, and through dialogue, we challenge our assumptions and strengthen our understanding of what is good. In a way, having an accountability partner is a modern take on the Stoic community, where we share in the journey of self-improvement. Moreover, an accountability partner can help you see blind spots in your routine or approach that you might miss on your own. They can offer new perspectives and insights that can catalyze your growth in unexpected ways. This partnership is about more than just checking in to see if you woke up on time or followed through on your morning meditation. It's about engaging in meaningful dialogue about what's working, what isn't, and how you can both support each other in making adjustments. How do you find an accountability partner? Look for someone who shares your commitment to growth and self-improvement. This could be a friend, a family member, or even a colleague. The key is to choose someone you trust, someone with whom you can be open and honest about your goals, struggles, and successes. Once you've found that person, be clear about what you're hoping to achieve and what kind of support you need. Set regular check-ins and be there for each other, offering encouragement, advice, and when necessary, a gentle nudge back on track. 8. Momento Mori, remembering the value of every day. One of the most profound practices in Stoicism is Memento Mori, or the reflection on mortality. The Stoics believed that by contemplating death, we could live more fully. This practice is not meant to be morbid or induce fear. It's a call to action, a reminder to live our lives with purpose and intention. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fleeting nature of life. He understood that none of us are guaranteed tomorrow, and that we must make the most of the time we have. This realization isn't meant to be depressing, it's meant to be liberating. By keeping death in mind, we free ourselves from the petty concerns that often dominate our thoughts. We become more focused on living virtuously, contributing meaningfully, and cultivating inner peace. Each morning when you wake up, remember that this day is a gift. It's an opportunity to live with purpose, to contribute positively to the world, and to pursue personal growth and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that life is short and that we must make the most of each moment. This reflection on mortality wasn't meant to create anxiety, but to inspire him to live fully, to love deeply, and to leave a meaningful legacy. This practice of memento mori helps us maintain perspective in the face of life's inevitable challenges and setbacks. When we remember that our time is limited, the daily annoyances and obstacles lose much of their power over us. We become more resilient, more focused on our long-term goals, and less likely to be derailed by temporary difficulties. How can we incorporate this Stoic principle into our daily lives? It begins with a moment of reflection each morning. Consider the day ahead as a blank canvas, an opportunity to contribute positively to your life story and to those around you. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, would I be proud of how I'm choosing to spend it? This doesn't mean living in a constant state of existential crisis. It means cultivating a deep appreciation for the present moment, for the opportunity to live, learn, and love. In embracing the Stoic practice of remembering death, we're not focusing on the end. We're focusing on the present, on how we choose to live each day. It's a powerful antidote to complacency and a reminder to live our lives with intention, purpose, and gratitude. 9. Practice negative visualization, preparing for challenges. We often hear about the importance of focusing on the positive, visualizing success and happiness to attract them into our lives. But the Stoics, in their profound wisdom, offer a different perspective that's not only practical, but incredibly empowering. Negative visualization is the practice of imagining the challenges, losses, or difficulties you might face in life. This could range from minor inconveniences, like a missed bus or a rainy day, to more significant hardships, such as the loss of a job or a loved one. The purpose isn't to dwell on these scenarios in a way that breeds fear or anxiety, but to mentally rehearse how you would cope with such situations should they arise. This practice of negative visualization prepares you emotionally and mentally, making you less susceptible to being thrown off course by life's inevitable ups and downs. The Stoics believed that by contemplating the temporary nature of everything outside our control, our health, wealth, relationships, and even our lives, we could cultivate a deeper sense of peace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all believed that by imagining the worst-case scenario, we would be better equipped to handle it should it happen. In Seneca's letter to Lucilius, he wrote, "He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand." This practice encourages us to focus on what we can control, our responses, our attitudes, and our actions. Incorporating negative visualization into your morning routine can transform how you approach your day. Instead of stepping out the door blind to the potential challenges ahead, you're mentally equipped to face them. It's like a mental training session where you strengthen your resilience muscles so that when life inevitably throws a curveball your way, you're not knocked off your feet. Moreover, this practice has a beautiful, somewhat paradoxical effect. It enhances our gratitude for the present moment. By imagining life without some of the things we take for granted, we come back to reality with a renewed appreciation for them. It's a reminder of how much we have to be thankful for right now, in this moment. 10. End with gratitude, reflecting on the day's gifts. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools we have for cultivating inner peace and happiness. The Stoics understood this well. They believed that focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, is the key to contentment. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more, more success, more possessions, more recognition. But true happiness doesn't come from external achievements or material wealth. It comes from appreciating what's already present in our lives. Ending your day with gratitude can have a profound impact on your well-being. Taking a few moments before bed to reflect on what you're thankful for shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. This simple practice aligns with Stoic teachings, which emphasize focusing on what's within our control rather than what isn't. Keeping a gratitude journal is a beautifully simple yet profoundly effective way to cultivate this sense of appreciation. Each night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These could be anything from a kind gesture from a stranger, a beautiful sunset, the completion of a challenging task, or simply the comfort of your bed. The act of writing down what you're grateful for shifts your perspective, helping you see the good in your life, even when things feel difficult. Gratitude not only sets the stage for a peaceful night's sleep, but it also primes your mind for the next day. When you wake up with a sense of appreciation for the gifts of the previous day, you're more likely to approach the new day with positivity and optimism. But why end the day with gratitude? Because it allows us to close our day on a note of positivity, regardless of the challenges we may have faced. It's a way of reaffirming the good in our lives, of finding peace even in turmoil, and of nurturing a mindset that sees opportunities for growth and joy in every circumstance. This nightly practice of gratitude creates a ripple effect, influencing not just how we sleep, but how we wake up and approach our mornings. Conclusion. As we wrap up this journey through the 10 Stoic strategies, it's clear that each step, each practice, is more than just a task. It's a pathway to cultivating a life of intention, resilience, and profound gratitude. These practices, whether it's discovering your eeky, preparing the night before, embracing self-compassion, or practicing Momento Mori, are designed to help you live a life of meaning and purpose. Embracing these practices doesn't mean every day will be perfect, but it does mean that every day will be met with a stronger, more grateful, and more resilient version of yourself. You have within you the power to transform not just your mornings, but your entire life into a reflection of the Stoic ideals of virtue, wisdom, and contentment. Remember, this is just the beginning. There's a whole world of Stoic wisdom waiting to be explored, ready to guide you on your path to living a more meaningful and fulfilled life. If you found this journey enlightening and are curious to dive deeper into the Stoic way of life, I encourage you to check out our playlist right here on the screen. It's packed with insights, stories, and practical tips to help you embrace the full richness of Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. Let's continue this journey of growth, resilience, and fulfillment together. Here's to mornings filled with purpose, days lived with intention, and a life brimming with gratitude. Thank you for being part of the Quote Stories community. See you soon.